What is good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? You know who it is, your boy Maleficent, and welcome back to another video, another possible banger. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first of all, I just want to say to all of you lot that did not believe in me posting a video after the last one, I got a special message for you. They didn't believe in us, but God did. And I got another video, special message for you lot.
To the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought.
Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, don't doubt me ever again. You know what I'm saying? I understand that I've said things in the past and I have not, lived up to that. But you know what they say, new year, new me, new consistency. You know what I'm saying? 2024, we're going to be extremely consistent. I'm going to hold myself to it. I'm going to ensure that every video I make is not even video I make. I'm just going to be very consistent. I think I'm going to really enjoy this new trajectory I'm on. Before I get into the video, I just hope that you lot are having a great new year. At the end of the day, this at the time of the recording is the 12th of January. Hopefully the first 12 days of the year has just been phenomenal for you lot. I hope you guys will achieve what you set yourself up to for the 2024. But to get into this video, I'm just going to ensure that I'm going to let you guys know this is a very, very, very juicy topic. I've seen the title. You understand what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go ahead and look at it. Come back here. You know what I'm saying? It's very juicy and it's very there's a lot of things I could talk about, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to ensure that the videos I do make are not too long. Because at the end of the day, I know this generation of people, I know you lot have the retention span of a goldfish because of all the TikTok you'll be consuming, that 2-second retention span. So I'm going to ensure that my videos aren't too long. So I have to unfortunately break them down, but that's formalities out the way. So obviously at the end of the day, you've seen the title of the video. It is dating in this generation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I personally do not think dating is difficult in this generation. I really genuinely think it's simple. I don't think it's easy. It's simple. And the thing is, people misunderstand the difference between simple and easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing. They're similar, but they're not the same thing in any way, shape, or form. Easy will mean that it does dating in this generation. When I say dating as well, I'm talking about like relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm not talking about flings. I'm not talking about 2 seconds relationships. I'm not talking about 2-week relationships. I'm talking about longevity. I'm talking about long-term relationships. Because that's the end of the day what most people desire. Most people, there are some people that want short-term, and then you are entitled to what you want. But at the end of the day, if I'm talking about long-term relationships, if there's longevity, you know what I'm saying? It is not easy. It is very simple. Because then if you follow it, if you follow a set plan, a set route, you will ensure that it will always work out. But if you think it's going to be easy, you're wrong. Because if easy will mean that there's no effort. And for anything in life, that is not, anything that requires effort is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, I just need to ensure that we have the understanding. Secondly, it is not at the end of the day, I need to also ensure that tell you lot that it's my opinion. At the end of the day, this is my opinion. And I'm not gonna sit here and state that my opinion is fact. I will not do that. My opinion is not final. You know what I'm saying? It's not fact. It's just my opinion. I could be wrong because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I love to learn. So if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But let's do this civilized. No monkey calling, no racism, no abuse. Get me? I can be wrong and I can be corrected without abuse. You know what I'm saying? Honor your neighbor. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Treat others the way you want to be treated type thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me not get political and religious on you. But when I tell you that it is simple, I really genuinely think relationships are very simple. Because at the end of the day, especially in this video, I'm just going to really talk about the aspects of attainment. So when you want to be in a relationship, how to get into a proper relationship, this is my opinion on how to do it correctly. This is my opinion on the right way. I could be extremely wrong because at the end of the day, it differs from person to person. But I think on the overall consensus, I think this is the appropriate way to approach the situation. And I think I'm gonna also discuss about like things, misconceptions and wrong way. I really generally think that the reason behind why a lot of men, because at the end of the day I'm a man, so I'm gonna talk about from a male's perspective, and also I've seen across every social media platform where men are complaining about women being an issue. And then I've looked into the type of relationships these individuals have. It is very, 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 very much plain and simple why at which their relationship failed, or why they think women are a certain way. So the first thing is the fact that men, I don't really genuinely think that a lot of men get out more. Because the people that complain about relationships, or to complain about women being a problem within relationships, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, but majority of the time, right, they do not go out enough. Because I generally think, and I generally know for a fact, that women's first language is not rejection, right? So I'm going to start off with saying like this. Let's say for myself as an individual, right, I'll rate myself a 4 out of 10, right? This might not be accurate. This is just for an example. I am obviously not a 4 out of 10. Man, them is like a solid 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Great, on a great day, I'm like a solid 8 out of 10. But right now, or just for the sake of the video and its continuation, I am a 4 out of 10, right? If I decide that, you know what, as a 4 out of 10 male, right, don't have my money up. Because then when you have your money up as a gentleman, because then the women don't really look at looks like that. Some do, and it's not all women look at looks. Most women look at what you have, your accolades, what you've achieved, so on and so forth, what you're going to achieve, your dream, your passion, your vision. That's what most women will look for in terms of a man. So you have to first understand what women look for. But let's say I'm a 4 out of 10, right? And I'm moving towards a woman. I don't have my money up at all. So like I'm just average. At the end of the day, 4 out of 10, average, so on and so forth. So I don't have, my looks are average, and my money and my success and all that is not there just yet. Okay. When you lack in one aspect, you have to have a surplus in another. So let's say I am very rich but ugly. I have accommodated the fact that I'm ugly with the fact that I'm rich. So I have excess wealth for my lack of looks. And that's how it's supposed to be. Vice versa. I'm very good looking, and a lot of times out of 10, I am going to find a woman who is attracted towards me, and it's okay just due to the fact that I'm very good looking. I might not have my money up, but the thing is I look good. So you need to understand that it's a perfect balance. If you're rich and if you have good looks, you're 9 out of 10 in the dating market, you're going to thrive. That's how it's going to work. But if you lack one, you just have to be sufficient in another. Or just date in your lane. Just date in your lane. Right? We need to also understand women do have the power into the dating market, because in the day men are more likely to be pursuers in this generation that we are currently in. Women do pursue men. We need to understand that women do pursue men. That's perfectly fine. Whatever floats your boat, you know what I'm saying. But if I'm talking about generalizations here, men do tend to be more of pursuers, therefore giving power to the woman. But what's the problem? Where does things go wrong? It goes wrong when we go for the wrong type of woman, and that's the problem. Because at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to go away from my example. Let's say I'm a 4 out of 10, right? Looks, and I'm going for a 10 out of 10 goal in looks. What's the probability I'm going to get rejected? Please, if we use common sense and if we use common sense and logic, I'm more probable of getting rejected, just based off the fact that it's unequal. The equation does not equal in initial form. 4 does not equal 10, right? Male, 4 out of 10 male going to 10 out of 10 woman and getting rejected, right? That is perfectly fine. And that's the thing, men, if you're 4 out of 10 and you're going to 10 out of 10 women, I hope to God that you have an understanding that you could possibly get rejected. Actually, that's not the case, because at the end of the day, some men will get rejected. You look at them and they're like, what on God, what do you think was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen? Like, I don't understand. That's my problem with this social media. Men and women, by the way, it's not vice versa, but I think I see it a lot more in men, this happening. How you gonna complain about a woman, a 10 out of 10 woman rejecting you when you're 4 out of 10, my brother in Christ? What do you think was gonna happen? And then we need to hold ourselves to a standard. If it was reversed, if you were in the situation where you're a 10 out of 10 and a 4 out of 10 woman coming up to you, you're also going to reject them. My problem with this whole ordeal is the fact that men would be upset about that. If men were not upset about the fact that a 10 out of 10 woman as a 4 out of 10 male rejecting me, if I was not upset about that, I wouldn't have no issues. But I'm having issues with people that will, as 4 out of 10s, or as low tier men, right, go up to a high end class woman, get rejected. And I'm not saying as a man you're not allowed to do that. You are very much permitted to shoot your shot with a woman that is way out of your league. 100%. Please do it. But you need to understand that right there is a learning experience. It's not a guarantee. Right there, that's not a guarantee. That woman does not owe you anything. And at the end of the day, women don't owe you anything. And men owe you nothing. So if you go out as a woman, at the end of the day, I don't know how much percent of women watch my videos. But if you're a woman as well, and you get rejected by a man, when you're a 4 out of 10, just understand that that's how life works. That they don't owe you anything. Men don't owe you anything. Women don't owe you anything. Just understand that. Date in your lane. That's the easiest way. And I understand we have been brainwashed. We have been taught to date up. But you need to understand, when you have not reached your final destination and you're still building, that's why they would rather say don't date at all. And I agree. But if you are to date while building, men and women, date in your lane. As you build, you can either develop with this person and you both grow together, or you date and you date constantly in your lane. As you level up, you keep dating until you find the perfect match. At the end of the day, when we date, right, and we ask questions, I realize, okay, this person is not really on my thing right now. She's not really on my mindset. She's not. You find out that this woman goes against a lot of your principles. Instead of us walking away from the situation, we settle down. There's the word. We settle down. Why are you settling down? For a perfect example, let's say a woman's very promiscuous, and as a man, that is not something. That's a no towards you, right? So I go out with a woman, she's promiscuous. This one is promiscuous as hell. High body count. And then if a body count matters to you, okay, high body count, so on and so forth. You're allowed to have standards, by the way. You are allowed to have standards. Don't let anyone tell you you're not allowed to have standards. Because it's going to prevent you, right, from having an issue within that relationship. Always have your standards. Always have your standards. But ensure that you keep that standard to yourself, or else you look like a hypocrite, right? So, but first of all, a woman, very promiscuous. I'm not a promiscuous guy, and it doesn't align with my beliefs and my behavior. That's not something that aligns. The right choice, the right decision right there is to walk away from that, because I don't want any issues within the relationship, because the issues are going to arise. As much as I try and think it's not going to arise, the issues will arise with that. Issues will always arise. If I decide to settle down with that woman, issues will arise. So what do? Save myself the hassle and move on. Before things get sticky, before things get too attached, before I get attached, before it gets too deep, immediately walk away from that situation. She's not the only woman on earth. I will come across a woman that is for me, that not like has my morals at the end of the day, and that is perfectly fine. You walking away from that is perfectly fine. But what men do is that they try and change a woman. My brother in Christ, why are you changing a woman? Why is that your job to change a woman? If a woman's going to change, she will change. There's no need to force a woman to change for you, and vice versa. A woman, if a man's going to change, he's going to change. Stop dating with your feelings, your heart. Start dating with your brain. Add some sense in your pursuit for love. Add some sense. Have some sense. If this person does not align with you, your morals, If this man is a very active man and you as a woman are a virgin, keep yourself for marriage, right? And you don't believe in so and so, in promiscuity inside a male, but you go for a man with him that is very promiscuous, and he tries to make moves on you, my sister, what were you expecting? And then you're surprised. And then you don't offer him what he's looking for, and then he cheats on you. My sister in Christ, why are you surprised? Why? If a man's going to change, then he will change if it's the right person. I disagree with the fact that people aren't able to change for someone, but they will change if they want to change. I don't believe in forcing people to change. No. I personally don't agree. I think that's too much of a hassle. Why am I doing that for? Date in your lane and find your person you're looking for. If you try hard enough, if you look for hard enough, people are just lazy. That's the problem. People are just lazy. Get out, bro. Have a conversation. You realize the person I'm looking for is somewhere there, and I'm gonna find that person. Actually, the word was compromise. We're gonna compromise. There you go. Compromising. That's the problem of this generation. We compromise way too much. We compromise on people that do not deserve it in any way, shape, or form. They go against 9 out of our principles, but they look good. Therefore, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna F around and find out. That's the problem with this generation. We compromise way too much. Put an end. I'm putting an end to compromising. Stop compromising. Find the person you're looking for. Stop making it the other person's problem. Don't put your insecurities onto other people. Brother, if you don't want a promiscuous girl, do not date one. If you find out that you're promiscuous, walk away immediately. Do not ever want to find out and get offended that she cheats on you. What were you expecting? My brother in Christ, what were you expecting? What were you expecting? I don't understand. I really don't get it. That's why I can never go into any of my relationships and get cheated on. If I've seen the signs beforehand, and it happens that she is promiscuous and I get cheated on, I cannot be surprised. I cannot, because I chose to ignore the signs. It's my fault if I get cheated on. And people are like, this is one thing I respect about Andrew Tate. Everything that happens to you as a man is your fault. One lie is your fault. Everything that happens to you as a man is your fault. It is your fault. There's no external influences. It's your fault. Because if you go from the dating market, right, so you pursue a woman, you chose to be with that woman, you chose not to walk away with the red flags, you chose none of that. You chose wrong from the get-go. So already the equation's already spoiled. Me trying to convince this woman to change her ways, she doesn't change, because I don't know what I'm expecting from. Why am I expecting change from a person? If she's gonna change, she's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? So that's already there. Then God forbid she cheats on me. Honestly, what was I expecting? That is my fault. But at the end of the day, if I saw the red flags and I still chose to sit there, I was setting myself up for disaster. That's the honest truth. Men are responsible. Women, you're also responsible for who you choose. Choose correctly. That's the first thing. That's why this generation is scuffed, because we choose incorrectly all day long. And that's the problem with this generation. We choose wrong. Choose correctly. Do not expect anyone to change. Take the time out of your day. Take your time out. Touch some grass. Right? And don't just assume that all women are trash because of the fact that one woman rejected you. That was way out of your league to begin with. And yes, if we have to be very realistic, even people in your what you call it, in your circle or in your sphere of dating will reject you. But the probability of you bagging someone that is on your level is so much higher. It's almost 200% more probable than you trying to bag a woman that's 10 out of 10. And I said earlier, I'm not saying do not, as a man, as a woman, do not shoot your shot with those type of people. I need you to understand, my whole problem is the aftermath, is you being upset about you being rejected. Because, oh God, it's like you go to an exam, right? You don't study and you fail the exam, but you're upset that you failed the exam. What in the world were you thinking? Were you expecting to pass without studying? Were you expecting the woman to be with you if you're not on the same level as her, or not even remotely close? You're not even an 8 out of 10. Because if you're 8 out of 10, it still works. But ladies and gentlemen, we need, as a generation, we need to tee up. We need to date correctly. That's the problem. There's no longevity. There's none on this because we don't date correctly. We choose the wrong people and then we settle down and then we compromise all the time. We need to put an end to all of that. Date correctly, touch some grass. So my final things I could say, right, is the fact that as a generation, we need to date correctly. We have to date correctly. Date correctly. This is the first part of the dating series. I'm going to go over more aspects along the way, but ladies and gentlemen, boys, because I said earlier, I'm going to be back. Y'all thought I was gone, but I'm back. But ladies and gentlemen, boys, got to be your boy Mo Maleficent. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave one of these down below. Share if you thought this was helpful. If you didn't, let's have a little, please comment your opinion on what, if you really genuinely think if dating is difficult in this generation and why you do think it's difficult. But aside from that, I've been your boy Bo. Have it easy. Follow me on the socials, and I'll see you in my next video. Take it easy. Peace out.